And just like that, nobody is talking about drones anymore. There are brand new stories all over the media, and virtually everyone has forgotten about this. Clearly, they had a mission, they achieved it, and now they're moving on. The story nobody can stop talking about, though, is filled with so many inaccuracies that it can only be the federal government cooking it up. This story about what happened in Vegas with the Tesla Cybertruck, and then what happened down in New Orleans, what they're telling you is completely made up. It's a fake story, and there's facts out there to completely disprove it, but people hear what they want to hear, don't they? Oh, and of course, we can't forget, breaking news alert. Cold air arrives over the U.S. the first week of January. Yeah, that's something people need to be concerned about. Who remembers? Way back when, must be about 2 years ago, I said, here's what's coming in America. Here's what's coming. We're going to be cornered into positions where we have very little in the way of options to survive, and none of those options will allow us to hang on to our pride. I think each one of these three images is self-explanatory, but we're going to get deeper into this over at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel. We're at the base level. It's only one single US dollar per month. Even less if you want to sign up for an entire year, and fully refundable. First 90 days, no questions asked. There are 4 levels over there, 1, 5, 10, and 15. Whatever you think you can handle, we take the gloves off. We don't pull any punches. There's no PC over there, no woke, no DEI. We just lay it all out there in plain language. Next series of videos, we're going to be showing some strategies for dealing with what's coming. But it's going to be for everybody. The Maquis foot soldiers, need to know roundtable, unit commanders, brigade commanders. Everybody heads up. Brand new video coming this weekend. Now, without any further delay, let's get right to it. Here's the first question you need to ask yourself. Facts first. They have established that the guy that they are holding accountable for this explosion in front of a Trump hotel in Vegas was dead before the explosion. The fact that he was Army intelligence doesn't have any ability to ring any bells out there. But the real question is, shouldn't we be holding Tesla accountable? And to be entirely fair, shouldn't we also be holding Ford accountable? See, who can see the little badge right here? It's Ford Lightning. See, this was also an electric pickup truck. Wait, what? Florida Maquis? They were both, that's right. They were both electric pickup trucks. This is a Ford, and this badge right here in front of the passenger side rear quarter panel on the right in front of the light assembly says Lightning. The Ford Lightning is an electric battery operated truck. So why aren't we holding Ford and Tesla accountable? Well, Florida Maquis, you can't hold the maker of something. Well, what about the owner? You see, both of those vehicles were rented on something called Turo, where a private individual can rent their private car to someone else for money. That's what makes Turo different than like Avis or Hertz or anything else or Enterprise. It's private individuals owning private cars and then renting them to whoever they want to. See, let's call cars out for what they are. They're guided missiles. They're a form of maneuverable smart bomb. And I don't think that's overstating the case. They're anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000 pounds loaded with explosives, whether it's a battery or whether it's a tank full of gas. Should we be handing these out to just anyone? See, my question is, where's all the talk about, there was apparently in New Orleans, there was a firefight. Why are we not hearing about the AR-15 or whatever weapon was used? Maybe it wasn't even an AR-15. Maybe it was a handgun. Who knows? Why are we not hearing about every time when it's just the weapon, we hear about the weapon. But now that it's a vehicle, why aren't the purveyors of the vehicle being held to account? Whether it's the owner who rented it to the guy or whether it's the person who made it. Because we hear that with the weapons, don't we? And as we can see, these are very effective weapons. Very, very effective weapons. But here's another little blurb I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing. This is a man named Republican National Committee Chair Michael Whatley told Newsmax. Here's his quote. America witnessed 2 deadly terror attacks on New Year's Day because the FBI and Department of Justice are far more focused on weaponization and going after President-elect Donald Trump than keeping America safe. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are applauding. You ready for the facts? I'm going to see if I can get this name right. Livelsberger, whatever, and Jabbar both rented the vehicles used in their attacks via the car sharing company Turo. A company spokesperson has confirmed. The spokesperson said that neither suspect had a criminal background that would have identified them as a security threat. So riddle me this, riddle me that. What could DOJ or the FBI could have done? They were both Army human intelligence. You know what? Okay, I should probably stop for a minute. They were both Army human intelligence officers, meaning they didn't just not have criminal backgrounds. They passed background checks that are far higher than what you would ever need to get a weapon, rent a car, get a job, anything like that. These guys already had major security clearances that had come back clean, or they would have not been on the left a Green Beret in human intelligence, Army intelligence, which is what he was. The guy on the right was also in human intelligence in a different specific role exactly, but he was, let's see here, hold on. I did have this. This is about Livelsberger. Where is it? Oh. Human resources and information technology. Still, both require background checks. But here's an interesting thing that not only ABC News I've seen is reporting. Court records show Jabbar, the guy in New Orleans, faced a deteriorating financial situation in 2022, separating from his then wife. $27,000 behind on house payments, $16,000 in credit card debt. So he had another thing going on in his life other than some make-believe ISIS flag that they magically found tied to the back of the vehicle. But the real story is, why do we care about the why? Why do we care about the why? Let me give you an example. When you're trying to cook up some idea about, well, he did this because of this, or this other guy did this because of that, it changes nothing. Okay, so the guy was allegedly inspired by ISIS. What does that change? What if he had just been depressed? What if he had just said, you know what, screw it, I'm financially at the end of my rope, I have nothing left to live for, all these people out here partying, I'm jealous of them, and it was just some personal rage issue. Does that change anything? No. Trying to divine the motivations behind why people do bad things, especially when both of these guys had no criminal records, is just a fool's errand and a distraction. It doesn't matter why. The guy who blew up the truck in front of the Trump Hotel. Why does it matter why? Nothing's going to be done. If we didn't do anything after the Fort Hood shooting, about homegrown, radicalized people, this isn't going to do anything. It's going to do nothing. But I'll give you this link. It's Travis Bradberry, 14 psychological forces that make good people do bad things. And go ahead and read all 14 of them, and you'll realize none of this actually matters, because nothing is going to get done. The one thing they leave out of these 14 is something called the moral imperative. You see, they were so fast. They're like, well, it wasn't terrorism. Oh, maybe it's terrorism. Oh, definitely terrorism now. You mean the thing this country was founded on? Tarring and feathering tax collectors in public in front of their kids and family members over money is how this country was founded. You see, we're all sorts of super happy, and people were chanting USA, USA, USA at the Sugar Bowl and all this stuff when they were talking about, thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of the blah, blah, blah. When that's how this country was founded. The founders of the country were terrorists. They were treasonous, seditionist terrorists. That's what they did. That's how they effected change. So, freedom of speech, whatever, until you actually commit a criminal act, there's not much the FBI or DOJ can do. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. This is, of course, Newsmax. What could they have done? I can tell you what they have done. Nothing. Because nobody's a criminal until they commit a criminal act. So, just saying. Just saying. And that's probably all I can really say. Truthfully. But is nobody noticing the difference? The distinction? 2 electric trucks. And nobody's saying, hey, wait a minute, maybe we should take a pause on just letting any old person hand over their car for money to any other person to do anything with. Oh, wait, that would be a restriction of freedom, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, any restriction on freedom is bad. Yeah, any restriction on freedom, any kind of freedom at all is bad. So, and as long as that's the case, this is going to keep happening. And the why doesn't matter. The why doesn't matter. So, I will leave it there. Join us over Patreon. Love to have you. We're going to get into this in a way that I can't get into here. Believe me, there's things I still want to say I can't say. So, love to have you. Make a huge difference. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time.